Hi, y'all. This is Regina with Adventures Out There. This is going to be my episode 1 in the series, The Ugly Beautiful Truth, which is talking about all the challenges and blessings related to adoption, infertility, those kind of things on the path to becoming a family. This will just be an introduction for as far as episode 1. Follow me each week. I'm going to try to upload Monday. Please subscribe. I don't have the little button in my forte yet, but I am working on learning the editing because this will be a new video for me, or a new venture for me in doing this kind of video. So, but please subscribe below where it says subscribe. And so let's get started. I am a mom to 4 children. And we became a family through foster, adopt, private adoption as well. There are many avenues to adoption. It took us 20 years to become a family through adoption. So I am not a professional expert. I am just someone who went through these experiences and can share about those experiences. And I have learned that in the process of adoption and becoming a family, there are 2 sides. There is the ugly side and the beautiful side to it. So this series will be called The Ugly Beautiful Truth. So ready for number 1. The first thing that you need to consider if you are dealing with infertility or if you are dealing with the beginning process of adoption, okay? The ugly truth is this is hard. And that might seem obvious, and you may turn off your video or your player now and say, well, I know that. But no, what I need you to understand is if you are starting this process of adoption due to infertility or just because, you decided that, you were called to adopt, whatever the reason is, there are so many people that I have found in our years of groups and trainings and all of these things that come into it with rose-colored glasses. So the ugly truth is this will be the hardest thing, or one of the hardest things you will ever do in your life. It's dirty, physically sometimes, especially emotionally and mentally. It is going to bring on tears and pain, and you got to be ready for it. If you go into it thinking that it's this fantasy or that adopting a child is going to be a Band-Aid for your infertility, you are sorely mistaken. And so you need to see the ugly truth. You have got to have a strong marriage, because adoption, no matter which route you choose, will bring out the cracks in your marriage. So you need to heal your marriage if there's any cracks as much as possible. There's no perfect marriage, but you need to heal whatever needs healing as much as possible before you start to proceed with adoption. You need to have a realistic view. Do not go into it with, I'm saving these children. It's not a savior thing. They are going to be saving you as much as you're saving them, as it were. So, but to get to that point, you got to do the dirty stuff. You're going to have to get messy. A lot of these kids, no matter which avenue that you choose to adopt, come with trauma and special needs, which I'll do another episode on that. And you got to know that who you are as a person is strong enough to get into the mud and the muck of it with them, so that you're not doing more harm than good for them. So that is my ugly truth for episode 1. This will be the hardest thing, and you need to look at it with reality and not fantasy that you will ever do. Almost. The beautiful truth for me that I want to impart to you is it will also be the best, most rewarding, fulfilling thing, beautiful thing you will ever do. And you might say, well, how can that be? It's if you have all this negative, how can all this beauty come from that? But the thing is, these babies or these children will enrich your life in a way that you have no idea of yet. So my advice to you would be go ahead, do your research. There's only so much research. That's only going to get you so far, though. So don't give up. My advice would be don't give up. Don't be scared off because I've said this will be hard. But assess yourself, who you are, where you're at in your life. If you need to do work on yourself, now is the time. Don't wait till you already have this kiddo in your house and you're falling apart and your husband's falling apart, because it's not just affecting you. It's not just affecting your husband. It affects the kiddos who come into your home, and it affects your extended family. You will be amazed how many friends that you will lose, and even some family will keep their distance while this process is going on. So, episode 1, the ugly truth is it's going to be hard. The beautiful truth is it's going to be the best thing you ever did. It will be the best thing you ever did that you've had to work the hardest for. In our next episode, I know this is going to be a short one, but in our next episode, I'll talk a little bit more about our situations and circumstances and how we were led into foster and adopt. And that's just a part of it. We did do a domestic adoption, domestic private. We attempted international adoption. We have went through infertility, and then we we've done kinship adoption. So I know about all avenues of it. So I'm going to give you the good, the bad, the ugly in my videos. And I've watched a lot of other videos where women will talk about, okay, these are the options and these are the steps, blah, 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 blah. And they're great and they're really informative. Mine will be a little bit like that, but it's also going to be, I'm not going to hold back. I'm going to tell you what I think. I'm going to tell you my opinion on it. And it is just that to some degree, but it's an experienced opinion. So you can choose to listen or not. So as I guide you through what I have found in my journey to become a mother, you do what you want to with what I'm sharing, but I will not sugarcoat it. So stay tuned. Episode 2 will be a little bit more about the types of adoption, which I know that each one of you have at least done a little bit of research. It will also be a little bit about our journey and the avenues that we tried and how that worked out, so you get to know us just a little bit better. And then from there, I'll do separate videos on one, the international portion, one, the foster adoption, one, the domestic private. I will talk about things that may be uncomfortable. And then once you get your kiddo, it doesn't just end. It's like a wedding. When you get married, it's not just the wedding day. There's the whole marriage thing that you have to manage and navigate after. So if you're so focused on the wedding day and not focused on the marriage that comes after, sometimes people can be disappointed or have problems that they could have avoided. So I'm going to talk to you really plain and share real moments and real tough stuff and really beautiful stuff. I have so much I want to share. I'm going to wrap it up. But stay tuned for the Ugly Beautiful Truth series. I'll try to upload episodes on Mondays. And like I said, it will be all about adoption, foster care, and I'll deal some with our infertility, but the focus wants to be, that I want the focus to be how you navigate this journey to become a family through adoption, whatever avenue that you use. And then once you're there, what is the support that you're going to need or information you're going to need at different steps? Because believe you me, there is not a whole lot out there. Your agency is not going to hold your hand after much. And even if you're a foster parent, and y'all know this if you're foster parents, I'm going to talk about all that. So stay tuned, subscribe. No, I haven't put a fancy button up on the video yet, but you know where the subscribe button is. Please support me and me sharing all the experiences that I have with you. And I hope that I can be of some help to you in this journey. And I just did this one in my car because I was kind of had a minute while my kiddo is in the library. And the other ones will be a little bit better. So stay tuned. I'll talk to you next time. Bye.